Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Ethos and welcome to another MMOBomb First Look. Today I'll be taking a look at the game Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt. This is a game that is being developed and published by MMOBomb, and it is currently in early access on Steam. I actually played quite a lot of this game before it had entered early access in its closed alpha phase. And in the closed alpha, it was just solo, so you couldn't play with your friends. It was just you by yourself going against a bunch of other randoms. So basically, top dog wins it all. And I won a couple of games through that closed alpha, and I actually came away really enjoying the game. So this is kind of like an update review now that they've added some more stuff to the game. So really, my just like really quick review is if you're here and you've already played Bloodhunt when it was in closed alpha, what you're going to be getting in this updated version isn't much different from what you've played before, just with the addition of now parties. So now you can 3v3 instead of playing by yourself. So there is a team mode now available to you, and on top of that, there are now cosmetics that you can unlock and customize with your character. And there's battle passes and monetization. Other than that, pretty much you're going to be getting a very similar experience. So if you enjoyed Bloodhunt in the closed alpha, you're probably going to love it now. And if you didn't enjoy it back then, you're probably not going to enjoy it. So I'll give you a little bit of an overview of what this game is about if you've never heard of this game somehow and never played it and you're interested. So basically, Bloodhunt is another BR game. Yeah, I know some of you are rolling your eyes, but me personally, I really just enjoyed this game. There's a couple reasons why. One, it's third person. A lot of BR games now are very first person oriented. A lot of the bigger ones right now. I think the last big one was, I think, PUBG, which was, again, PUBG could go first and third person, but Bloodhunt is strictly third person. And so if you've been into Battle Royale, or maybe not really because it was first person, this might be a nice alternative for you. The best way I can describe this game is, okay, this is gonna sound weird for certain people, but for anybody here who's played Uncharted 4's multiplayer, it feels like that, but with just more advanced movement. This game gives you a lot of freedom when it comes to moving around the map. You play as a vampire, and the vampires are separated into different like archetypes. So you have basically your bruiser types, which are two different classes which are categorized as a bruiser. Stuff like kind of Superman jumping and slamming down on people and making walls and barriers to protect yourself, basically like a tank. Then you have your assassins. They're like your prowler and your saboteur. So their job is basically to sneak up on people and eliminate them fast and get in, get out really fast. And then finally, you have someone like your sirens and your muses. These are basically your support class. They have a cool ability where they can like teleport. They leave like an after image of themselves, and they can teleport to that after image. And they also have abilities that deal with like basically with the civilian NPCs that are on the map that allow them to gain access to perks. Have to deal with like increasing your melee attack, increasing your health regen, that sort of thing. And on top of that, there's one class that deals in the healing. You basically play in a modernized prog, and you spawn into the map with your team or by yourself. And just like any BR game, you pick up weapons. All the weapons have different categories, so you have different rarities, and you grab armor as well. Armor is very simplified. It's not like a different armor system where there's gold armor, whatever it is, like in Apex. It's instead similar to like war zones, where basically you just pick up armor and then you just get one sheet of armor, and then once they take it off, you just put another sheet on. So it's pretty simplified. So it kind of balances it in a way where like people who early on get like good armor doesn't give them like a huge advantage or makes them squishy. I will say the time to kill is pretty, I'd say pretty decent. It really depends on the weapons you have. If you have some blue or higher, you can feel like the time to kill is pretty fast. But if you don't and you're early on, you might feel like the battles might be a little drawn out. And I say that I think the time to kill is fine. And if it is a little bit faster, that's fine as well, because there's a lot of abilities that the characters can do in the game to get away. A lot of them have teleportation, a lot of them have like quick jumps, fast mobility, invisibility, dashing. So there are a lot of fast-paced abilities that can be used by enemies to evade you or also gang up on you. So it's especially crucial when it comes to the 3v3 mode, because when you're 1v1ing with a bunch of other people who are 1v1ing by yourself soloing, it's easier to disengage and re-engage. But when you play with a team, it's kind of harder because you kind of have to figure out where the team is. And then if a third party comes in, then you at least need to make sure you have your abilities available so that you can dip out. And that's one thing I do like about the game, is I do like that there is the ability to dip out. In this game, you do feel like everything feels for the most part kind of fair, and that if you do get jumped by multiple people, there is a chance that you can get out unless someone catches you without any of your abilities active, or basically you're caught reloading. When it comes to the gunplay feels like any other third person. It feels solid. I feel the movement feels great. The gunplay feels solid. I do feel like sometimes a little bit of the bloom can cause at long range to make you feel like you're missing when you feel like you should be hitting. But I feel like that's a little tweaking here there that they can do. And when it comes to the classes and the balance overall, it really, from what I've felt, it really feels like it depends on the person. Like for me personally, there's some things in the game that maybe feel a little bit overtuned, but nothing where I'm just like, this is unplayable. But some other people might feel different based off of who they're going up against. You know, someone might be going up against a Prowler and feel like they're OP, but if you're playing as a Prowler, you might feel like, oh no, everything's fine. So I really can't comment on the balance of this game. Again, this is early access, so they're probably going to change some stuff around. They're probably going to modify some things. So there's still a lot to see. But one thing I will tell you is that you could basically qualify this game as it has fully launched. Everything here seems pretty well thought out and pretty built. You already have 6 classes out of the gate that you can play as. 2 for each archetype, and on top of that you have a bunch of cosmetics already with a battle pass that you can already pay for. So you do have stuff that you can do in the game. It's not like there's nothing that you can do. You can complete challenges, which then update your battle pass, which give you free skins, and also you can pay for the premium track. Pricing wise seems pretty much right up there with Apex Legends. You're going to be paying pretty much less than $10 for the battle pass, or you can pay for the updated version, which I think is like 20 something dollars, or you could just go into the cash shop, which is like a flash shop, which means that after a period of time the cash shop will change what items are available that you can buy with real money. The only way you get free cosmetics is through the battle pass, but it looks like everything I saw in the store requires you to pay for it with real money. Overall, I feel like this is a fantastic game. If you've been looking for a new Battle Royale to play, or you've been stuck on Apex or a different game all throughout the summer and you've kind of been bored and you kind of want to play a new multiplayer game, me personally, I recommend this if you are into fast-paced shooters. If you're not into that type of gameplay, then it might not be for you. For me personally, I love the ability to be able to jump up walls, to jump down on people, shoot. It kind of feels like the Matrix in a way. It's hard to explain, but like, you know, when you're jumping down, you're ADSing, you're slow, you know, you slow down your fall speed, and, you know, you can slide and you can bounce off of walls. It has this really cool Matrix-y feel to it, while also living in the Masquerade World of Darkness universe. And it keeps up with that universe pretty well. It has pretty much a lot of the lore that you can see in the Masquerade universe here as well. Even though it is in a BR state, I know some people who are fans of the RPG game back in the day. That was probably one of my favorite RPGs of all time. They might look at this and feel like, you know, oh, you know, it's a BR game, I'm not going to touch this. But you'd be surprised. Like, it sticks pretty close to the rules and regulations that the vampires go through of the Masquerade. Like NPCs in the world that you can feed on in order for you to heal yourself, which is very similar to the RPG. And on top of that, they have like certain special blood types which can give you perks. But if you feed in front of another one, you break the Masquerade, and then you get pinged on the map. So all of the other vampire players will know where you are for a limited amount of time, and they can hunt you down as for breaking the code. And there's other things, cool little things too. Like there's nice little touches, like when the Muse tries to feed on someone, it's more sexualized, while the Brood is more vicious on how they feed on them. And same thing with like the Prowlers. So I really feel like the team here, they really did. They took the backdrop and the setting of Masquerade, they placed it in Prague. Really good graphics. Performance for me has been pretty solid. Some people have reported a little bit of performance issues, but for me, I have a 3090, so I can't really speak to that, but I've had no issues. Gameplay for me is fun. It's definitely fun to play with friends, and hey, I mean, it is a free-to-play game, so what do you have to miss? So yeah, that's pretty much your first look at Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt. For me, I really enjoy the alpha, and now that there's a team game mode available, I'll definitely be putting it into my rotation for the near future. Thanks so much for watching this first look. My name's Ethos, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, everyone.